From the story, the girl who got favored by a billionaire's wife, but there was a condition. Anita's heels didn't fit. One pinched at the toe, the other flopped slightly when she walked. But they were borrowed, so she smiled through the pain. At the Orchid Black Foundation Gala, smiles were currency. Everyone smiled, even if it was fake. The women, with their glittering gowns and surgically perfect faces, smiled through rivalries. The men, in velvet blazers and hushed Rolexes, smiled through multi-million-dollar lies. Anita. She smiled because she didn't belong. She was an usher, a ghost in a room full of stars. She floated silently along the marble walls, offering champagne with trembling hands, trying not to stare too long at what she could never afford. She was 22. A dropout. An orphan. A dreamer with no map. She had lied to get this gig. Told them she had ushering experience, told them she had the right shoes, told them she was flexible with hours. Truth was, she had no clue what she was doing. And yet, someone noticed her. It happened somewhere between the clink of wine glasses and the start of a saxophone solo. A woman turned, her eyes slicing through the ballroom, and landed squarely on Anita. She walked toward her, not like she was curious, but like she had made a decision long before she even arrived. Her voice was smooth and low, the kind that came from power, not volume. "Who are you trying so hard to be invisible for?" Anita blinked, unsure if she was being spoken to directly. "I'm just working more." The woman tilted her head, studying her. She had deep brown skin and wore a jade green dress that shimmered every time she moved. "You don't belong here," the woman said. "But you don't belong there either. So where do you belong?" Anita didn't know how to answer. I just needed the money." The woman stepped closer. Her scent was something rare and expensive, like rain in a place that never saw storms. "You have fire in your eyes. But no direction. I see girls like you all the time. Full of hunger, dying quietly in jobs they pretend are temporary." Anita stood straighter. "Let me help you," the woman said, her voice soft now. "But on one condition." Anita's heart pounded. She didn't know what kind of help this was, or who this woman really was, but everything about her screamed danger and destiny wrapped in velvet. "What condition?" she asked. The woman smiled, barely. "Say yes first." Anita hesitated for only a moment. Because the truth was, she had nothing to lose. "Yes," she whispered. The woman reached into her clutch, pulled out a gold-trimmed card, and handed it to her. "Come to this address. Tomorrow morning. 9:30 sharp. Wear black." Anita glanced down at the card. Banana Island. The kind of address you only saw in movies. And the name at the bottom. Mrs. Iriti Ekanam. That night, Anita barely slept. Her mind ran wild. What had she agreed to? Was it a job? A scheme? Something dark? But beneath all the fear, something in her stirred hope. A dangerous hope. The kind that burns you if it goes wrong. The next morning, Anita stood at the gates of a marble mansion in borrowed black and shaking knees. The security guard didn't even ask her name. "Mrs. Ekanam is expecting you," he said. Inside, everything smelled of roses and money. Mrs. Ekanam sat by a glass table, sipping green tea like a queen at rest. A quiet jazz tune played in the background. She gestured for Anita to sit, then slid a sealed envelope across the table. "Open it." Inside was a letterhead. And a name Anita recognized from job forums she'd scrolled through in tears. Lux Vision PR Agency. Top tier. Almost mythical. "It's your internship letter," Mrs. Ekanam said casually. "Starts Monday. Full-time. Paid." I pulled a few strings. Anita's mouth dropped. How did you even?" "I like investing in potential," the woman said, brushing invisible dust from her lap. "I don't want repayment. But there is one rule. Anita's stomach tightened. When I call, you answer. When I ask, you obey. No questions. No hesitation. Anita looked down at the letter again. Her name printed clearly at the top. Her future redefined with ink and influence. Why are you doing this? She whispered. Mrs. Econom looked out the window for a moment. Her voice turned distant. Because I see myself in you. Before I became the woman the world praises, I was just a girl fighting to be noticed. Before I married a man who made me powerful, but broke every part of me that mattered. Her gaze returned to Anita, cold and sharp now. I built myself back up. Brick by brick. Now, I build others. Girls like you. But not for free. The following weeks felt like a dream. Anita began work at Lux Vision. She was smart, fast, and hungry. Her supervisors adored her. Clients noticed her. She bought her first heels that actually fit. She began walking like someone who belonged in glass buildings, not behind silver trays. And during those weeks, she didn't hear a word from Mrs. Econom. No calls. No commands. Part of her started to believe maybe, just maybe, there wasn't a catch. Until the night her phone rang. It was just past 8 p.m. She was eating suya in her tiny apartment, legs crossed on the bed. Caller ID, Mrs. Econom. Her heart stopped. Anita. Yes, ma. Golden Bridge Hotel. Room 812, 7 p.m. tomorrow. Be there. What should I bring? A pause. Then, just yourself. And your smile. The call ended. That night, Anita sat in the dark. The words rang in her ears like an echo wrapped in dread. And your smile? The condition was finally coming due. And something deep in her bones whispered. This wasn't a meeting. It was a test. Or worse, an order. She didn't sleep. But she already knew. She would go. She had said yes. And now, whatever she came next, she had to obey.